What's going on? We're back. G Money Richard on the track. You already know. This month I've ran up close to $8,000. There's finally progression in my finances and what I'm making on a month-to-month basis, and all you can do is thank sales for that. Sales has actually been able to provide me that freedom, and it's not like full freedom. Obviously, I'm still having to grind all the time. I'm paying off debts. I'm doing X, Y, Z, but I'm making okay money. Finally, boys and girls, I'm not fucking dead broke with 2 cents in my bank account. So, but I did all of that by being more stoic. And in this video, I'm going to basically break down the main reasons why you should be more stoic, and how more stoicism obviously is going to lead to more money, and how you should actually be very mindful of your expectations in life, your expectations of other people, and your expectations of current things that are bound to come. You have to really detach yourself from certain outcomes in life, because if you're a man and you're not a woman and you're not a child, I deep down inside of my heart believe that you shouldn't actually be excited about things, because we've all been there, bro. We were excited about something. We were excited about something happen, somebody we were going to meet, an event, a paycheck coming, XYZ, and we were actually let down because it didn't match those expectations, right? And some may call this simple, and you've heard it before: have low expectations in life, expect the worst to come. Is very true, but the importance of it is actually definitely going over most of society's heads. And some may actually call this a less blissful way to live, a life of which you're not excited about things and you're just living purely in the moment. You have to live purely in the moment and not be super excited and in that anticipation phase of life where you're expecting things to happen. Just be detached fully from outcomes. But like I was saying, some may find this a less blissful way to live life. But in reality, bro, it's something that I like to call emotional delayed gratification. You are delaying your emotions, right? Because why are you so happy and joyful about something that hasn't even happened in your reality yet? I feel like delaying your gratification and understanding, like, okay, certain things can happen. I could be getting this amount of money. I could be I could be getting this car. I could be getting this job. You can just sit in the moment and wait for it to happen. And then when it truly does happen, that's when you enjoy it. That's when you have the bliss, and that's when you start jumping up and down. But if you're jumping up and down, bro, before anything comes into reality, I truly think that's something that's only meant for women and children. As a man, stay stoic and stay locked into the present moment, bro. And being into sales has actually caused me to adapt this mentality even more, because I'm talking to hundreds of people per day. People are giving deals coming left, right, and center, but some people take weeks to close. You know what I mean? And I'm on the phone with somebody. I'm trying to help them out. I'm detached from the outcome. The outcome could be anything. Them getting into their own way and not wanting to move forward on what they initially wanted in the first place. And once you detach yourself from that outcome, obviously more is going to come flowing your way just from the universe, so to speak. But it's allowed me to become more blissful, because if I was attached to each outcome of every single sale, out of 10 people I talk to, 5 of them tell me to fuck off. If I'm attached to these 5 individuals here, what is it going to do? It's going to dwindle down my confidence as a human, as a sales rep in my job, and lower my performance and lower the amount of money that I actually do make that month, right? So what I'm saying here, brother, is to just be detached from those outcomes, man. You have to avoid it, because if you are having such high expectations, man, you're just going to be filled with inevitable letdowns. You know what I mean? You know how that feels. I know how that feels, and that's just something that I wouldn't want to happen again. And in my humble opinion, brother, is that this is the true version of self-care. The true version of self-care is not allowing yourself to get trapped into these delusions and these emotional letdowns. It's actually being present in the moment. Emotional self-care, caring for your future self and how that individual is going to feel, right? Because like I said, if you're jumping up and down with high expectations of what's to come, you're getting your future self amped up. Well, you don't even know who your future self is or how they're going to feel then. But then once it does happen and it's not meeting your expectations, you're going to feel down and upset. And recently I bought a car. I'll share a small little story. I bought a car, a couple $1,000. It broke down on me within a matter of 2 weeks. It broke down on my brother while he was driving it. And it's not that I expected that to happen. It kind of threw me off a little bit. But then I'm like, I expected the car to last me so long. I expected the car to last me a while. I go do XYZ. I do my maintenance. I use my next paycheck to pour it into the maintenance. But it broke down on me before I can even do that. Right? So really do expect the worst to happen. Have low expectations and don't attach yourself to the future, bro, because the future is not even here. Like, me and you both know the future is literally non-existent, right? So the more that you're living in it, the more you're going to just be let down when the future does come, because you're just expecting, way too much. So that's mainly what I need to say. Obviously, the more stoic you are, the more detached you are from outcomes, and the more that you lower your expectations, the more money that you're going to make. And that's what I've learned in this past month, 2 months, three, is that expectations are definitely the downfall of your mental health, right? And how you're going about your day-to-day life, right? With social media drawing all these expectations to you about what to expect from certain relationships, certain family members, certain jobs. And that's why you see so many people now, bro. The expectations are just coming so high, like fucking Amazon workers fucking ranting and throwing what are they called, protests about their pay and their breaks and stuff like that. Like, bro, you just stack boxes on pallets. All you do is you fulfill orders, bro. Your expectations are too high for the value that you bring to a certain company, right? So if you're one of those people that are constantly complaining about their job and you're not getting paid enough and doing XYZ, you just reevaluate the value that you add. If you're not there for a day, does the business not make any money? If you're not there for a week, does the business suffer, or can they just post an Indeed job and get you replaced just like that? Right? So just lower your expectations, man. Lower your expectations, because that's, especially in this past month, I've been expected certain commission checks and expected certain percentages of XYZ commissions for all these deals. And obviously the business owner, my client, he's in ultimate control of that, right? And my expectations were so high when I was given the final result on fucking bronze, on a bronze platter. It wasn't even a silver platter. It was a bronze fucking platter. I was like, damn, I just put in all this work for this, right? What I've started to do was just lower my expectations. All right, bro, I'll put in all this work, but he's probably going to say X, Y, Z, and I'm not going to get the amount that I expected. And what does it do? It takes care of my future self. That's all you should be doing, is caring about your future self and how that person is going to feel looking back at you right now. I'll say it again. The only thing that should be on your mind as a man, as a woman, as a young individual right now is how your future self is going to feel looking back on you right now. So the question you should be asking as soon as you raise your head from that pillow is, what are you doing to ensure that your future self does not feel like he has wasted that gap between where you are right now and where that future individual is? Love you guys. Start off tomorrow strong. Peace.